Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Syahmi bin Muhammad Shukri and my matrix number is S55726. In this video, my friend and I will present our assignment 1 for subject MMM 3743 Aquatic Resources Policy and Law under Madam Wan Mariam binti Wan Abdullah. Our topic for this assignment is about oil pollution. But first of all, let me see first the group member that involved in making the assignment and video successful. For introduction, firstly, oil pollution refers to negative polluting effect of oil spill on the environment and living organisms, including humans, as a result of the environmental discharge of various organic compounds that make up crude oil and oil distillate products, the majority of which include various individual hydrocarbons. Secondly, oil is classified as a primitive fossil fuel that is used to heat houses, create electricity, and power major portion of the economy. Oil that is accidentally spilled into the ocean, on the other hand, can cause major difficulties. Lastly, the Oil Spill Pollution Act, often known as Environmental Law, was enacted in the United States in 1990 to avoid oil spill pollution. The Oil Spill Pollution Act was approved by the United States Congress in 1990, amending the existing Clean Water Act to require oil storage facilities to establish facility response plans. The EPA made several amendments to the Act in 1994. The amended plan requires facility owners and operators to develop and submit plan for a worst-case scenario of oil release. This regulation was designed to avoid and prepare for oil leak emergencies.
Now, I would like to present on issues that were bring up related to oil pollution. Commonly, oil spills can be caused by human error, failure equipment and natural disaster. For example, an issue that happened in Seremban Negeri Sembilan. Pantai Cermin in Port Dickson is experiencing an oil spill. It has caused the death of mangrove trees around the coastal area, and the time taken to clean up the oil spill might be long since the oil spill is quite thick. Oil is spreading rapidly across the water surface to form a thin oil slick. As the oil continues spreading, the slick becomes thinner and thinner until it becomes a very thin sheen, which often looks like a rainbow. Oil may destroy the insulting ability of fur-bearing mammals. Thus, many birds and animals also swallow oil, which has poisoned them when they try to clean themselves or eating a prey. Commercially important species such as oyster, shrimp, and mahi-mahi grouper could also suffer population declines or become too contaminated to be safely caught and eaten.
My name is Karunisat binti Khalid. My matric number is S54827. Okay, human caused release of liquid petroleum hydrocarbons into the ocean or coastal areas are commonly referred to as oil pollution. Lee et al. 2015. In other respects, environmental policies and regulations are also important to prevent and respond swiftly to oil pollution. As a result, environmental regulations have an impact on oil spills and response tactics have changed over the years. This statement is from Kurz 2004. Developing countries are also focused on recovering oil spills as best they can and have typically developed response measures and emergency plans for that purpose. The clean up work at that time also found that this situation caused the death of marine life in the mangrove area, especially shrimp and lobsters covered in oil residue. This situation explains that the effects of oil spills can cause damage to marine life, thus having a huge impact on ecosystems in the oceans.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Khadijah binti Johari. My matric number is S54781. My part is policy analysis. Human caused release of liquid petroleum hydrocarbon into the ocean or coastal area are commonly referred to as oil pollution. Oil pollution has the potential to create significant economic loss as well as damage to ecological system, public health and communities. It also has an impact on the ecosystem, particularly in terms of forest mortality and degradation, marine invertebrates, seabird and marine mammals, as well as the structure and activity of microbial populations. However, the aspects of society with such damage are difficult to measure directly and cost estimates are difficult to obtain, especially when considered the long-term effect. In other respects, environmental policies and regulations are also important to prevent and respond swiftly to oil pollution. As a result, environmental regulations have an impact on oil spill and response tactics have changed over the years. Policies and laws for responding to oil spill vary based on where the spill occurred and the organization responsible for the incident. Each oil-producing country in fact has its own procedure and position. Developing countries are also focused on recovering oil spill as best they can and have typically developed response measures and emergency plans for the purpose. In an issue related to the oil spill that took place at Merah Beach in Port Dickson, the impact of the oil spill affected the environment and took a long time to recover. The pollution clean-up work at the time took more than a week, involving staff members of the Malaysia and several other agencies with the clean cost borne by the Negeri Sembilan government. The clean-up work at the time also found that this situation caused the death of marine life in the mangrove area, especially shrimp and lobster covered in oil residue. This situation explains that the effect of oil spill can cause damage to marine life, thus having a harsh impact on ecosystem in the oceans. Next, my part is consultation in oil pollution in Malaysia Sea. Oil pollution can be caused by any spillage of crude oil, its refined product. This is because the largest and most damaging pollution incident usually involves spill of petroleum or heavy bunker fuel from disabled tanker or drilling platform at sea, from barges or ship on major island waterway, or from wheel explosion or broken pipeline on land. The cause of pipeline are various. It include damaged pumping equipment and pipe seam welding, earthquake, sabotage or intentional spillage into the sea. This situation caused the sea to be severely affected due to oil pollution either in the short or long term. Next, in 1975, the National Oil Spill Contingency Plan was created to combat oil spill in the Strait of Malacca. The plan was modified between 1989 and 2000 to add the east coast of Peninsular Malaysia and border to its cover Sabah, Sarawak and the Federal Territory Labuan. Since then, it has gone through various iterations, the most recent being in 2021. Among the agencies involved in controlling and overcome the problem of oil pollution in the sea or coastal areas to protect aquatic life is the Department of Environment, which is the Ministry of Environment and Water has overall responsibility for oil spill response. In addition, agency involved in pollution oil at sea is the Marine Department. This is because the Marine Department plays a key role in overcome oil pollution. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs will be involved if assistance from other countries is needed. With the contribution of energy from the agency can control and overcome the problem of oil pollution in the Malaysia Sea and can protect marine or aquatic life.
For the implementation of the oil spill, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration (NOAA) has established itself as an online geospatial mapping system called Environmental Response Management System, or ERME. It has integrated static and real-time data such as environmental sensitivity index maps, ship locations, and weather for environmental responders and decision makers. The system is used to get a better understanding on what is happening, which called as the best thing to have happened out of the spill. Here is the 8 steps that were provided by NOAA as we should. The first is shoreline flushing washing, followed by bloops, vacuums, sorbents, shoreline cleaners, and biodegradation agents, burning, manual removal, and mechanical removal.
For evaluation, once the implementation measure has been implemented or applied, then the stated policy need to be evaluated first from time to time. Secondly, a thorough and accurate evaluation can determine the most efficient and best policy to address problems such as oil pollution that is increasingly occurring in marine areas that are indeed having a negative impact on marine life and the environment. Lastly, evaluation enabling the implementation of a contingency plan that are crucial for determining the best policy alternative against oil pollution and the range of environmental circumstances expected to be faced, as well as defining the environmental limitation of suggested response option. Alternative option or policies to prolong or change the policy on oil pollution when bad conditions emerge should also be addressed as part of the evaluation.